Wave 6, Tape 4, Non-Physical Friends. This tape is very, very interesting. At the beginning, I wasn't so sure if this tape would work or something like that. However, my experience is undeniable. It was a pretty intense experience. As you can tell by the title of the tape, Non-Physical Friends, in this tape we're going to try to contact our non-physical friends and meet them. So in this tape, what happens is that we have to do it twice, okay? We're gonna go out of our body to meet them. We're gonna come back to our body, and then we're gonna try it again in the same tape. So we have 2 tries to meet them. Okay. I we're supposed to meet 4. I met 2, and I saw them. I don't think they said we're not supposed to see them like visually, but I saw them, and it couldn't be imagination because they were with me throughout the entire tape. I saw 2 people, okay? I don't know if they were people, but it was um, entities with helmets. 2 of them, one on each side. So basically in this tape, we're going to have to try through an OBE to meet our non-physical friends, okay? So I saw them, right? I met them, and I spoke with them. I'm going to tell you how I spoke with them and what happened. However, I just want to say something really interesting happened too. So I told you we have to do it twice. Once at the beginning, like we go out of our body and do it. We come back, and then we go again. When I came back to my body, I think I actually was really out of my body because when I came back, my body had a crazy reaction. Like my feet flew in the sky, and I had like a crazy reaction with like naturally, right? It just happened. So that kind of like put me like in a. I had my heart was rushing, was moving really fast when that happened. But the fact that I had that physical reaction, I think that's a really good sign that there is something about these out of body experiences, astral projection. I think that maybe I'm getting better powers. However, I think there is something to this. It's not just imaginary. It's not. Especially like the way you think when you're out of your body is so different, more powerful, and a different perspective. No emotions attached to the thinking. So when I went back, right, I wanted to really prove that I could like speak with them if this is not my imagination. So it wasn't through words, okay? I figured it out. So I would randomly get like these intense, a cold rush through my body, okay? I figured out to use that cold rush as the way they communicate with me. So if it's a yes, I get the rush. If the answer is no, I won't get a rush. So I would only speak with them. They could only answer to me yes or no. But I tried this. I'd be like, okay, is this how we're gonna communicate? If yes, give me that sensation now. And it did. And then, so no means no sensation. Yes, I got a feeling again. So then I said, don't do any sensation if this is how we're gonna communicate. I didn't have a sensation. So I figured out that's how I could communicate with them. I would get a cold rush go through down my entire body, like start from up here and come down. So that's how we communicate. So what I did, I would ask them real questions about my real life, questions that I have about like my future, my career, my happiness. Like, am I going in the right path? Actually, when I asked it that question, I got nothing, right? And then I asked it, am I going in the right path in my life? I got no sensation. And then I was like, oh, I have to do this. And I got a sensation. So this went back and forth like 10 times where I would get a sensation. And they were there, these 2 entities with helmets. It looked like their head was bigger than their bodies. They were there. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, is it imagination? I don't think it can be because they were there and I wasn't dreaming, right? I'm awake. So whatever it is, it felt very real, and I was able to get new information. They would steer me in the right path in my mind. Go in my thoughts when I'm in the out of body and with them. I just went to space, by the way. I went all the way up to space, and that's where I was hanging out. I was hanging out there. So yeah, they gave me new information, and it was like I did learn new things, and I think this tape is useful to meet our non-physical friends. I don't know what that means, right? Non-physical friends. However, there is something strong out there that can help us if we understand how to communicate with it. Try my way, or maybe your way to communicate with your non-physical friends is different. So it was very, very interesting, and something else very interesting that happened, guys. I did the next tape too after that, the next day, and they were there, these two non-physical friends. I saw them there again. Like, imagination or not, how could it be imagination if it's the same thing, constant? So that's my experience, okay? It was refreshing. I learned a lot of information. I also want to say that in the beginning, so these are advanced tapes, right? Wave 6. At the beginning, it was kind of intense, okay? At the beginning of the tape, when in the first like 10 minutes, it was intense. I don't know why. I almost felt like stopping the tape. However, after that, everything was fine. After like a minute of uncomfort, I was flying, right? So it's like when if you want to see the view on top of a mountain, you have to go up a hill. So there's like a bit of a challenging part to get to that good part. So what I'm just trying to say, if you do feel uncomfort, go through it. It's a sign. It's a sign you're on the right path. So it's going to be 1 minute of uncomfort. You might feel like I need to stop. Try going through that. After that, it's just smooth sailing. Beautiful experience. And after the tape, the whole day, I felt great. So I hope my experience was able to help you. And the next tape is going to be Focus 21. So Focus 21 is where it's like the bridge to other dimensions. That's where we can actually go to other dimensions. I might try to visit the dimensions of these new friends I made. So I'll keep you updated. And if you've done this tape and had an interesting experience, let us know down in the comments below. And I look forward to speaking to you again. Good luck.